We'll talk about it more after we get to our guy here.
Okay. This is the Yankees guy.
There he is. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
So, did you know? So you go to West Point, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that, Dave?
Yes, because you reached out. What's your name again?
Tanner Bivens.
Yeah, Tanner. So he DM'd me because I saw the clip. Everybody saw the clip. He's wearing the pinstripe like boxers. He's got the tank top. He looks like the typical Yankee douchebag. But it was so over the top that I tweeted like, I hate this guy so much. I think I love him. He reached out to me and said he was going to be on the show. So I knew it was coming. But I would not have guessed when I saw him that he was a West Point guy, because those two images very much in my mind do not go together. Like, I thought he was going to be somebody, the typical Italian family. I don't know what he was doing for work. Maybe worked in a bar. I mean, you got to have your shit together to be at West Point. So what was that, like an over-the-top act that you put together at that Yankees game?
I was there with 7 of the guys who were playing the football team with me, and I actually bought those boxers right outside the stadium in one of the stores and threw them on. And I had that white tank top on underneath my shirt for the 7th inning stretch. My friends wanted me to take it off for the 7th inning stretch, and I took it off in the first inning to get the all white outfit. So
you knew you looked like the typical.
Oh,
Yeah. So I mean, that's the beauty of Yankee fans. There would be some Yankee fans out there that when people start talking will get like mad, be like, what are you talking about? I look totally normal. Once we found out the West Point angle, and I had a very different interpretation of what we're going to get on this podcast, which is most people I've met from West Point, whether it be and Navy or anybody military related, have been super respectful, smart people. So that's kind of what I was expecting, and figured it was a little bit of him playing up the Yankee like douchebag image.
Of course, yeah. I'm actually from Georgia, so I'm new to like the area. The only reason I was at the Yankees game was because of just something to do on the weekends. We got the weekend off from football, or at least Saturday night off. So we went down to the Yankees game. So
are you even a Yankee fan?
I am a little bit, not as much. I grew up a Braves fan, but since I moved up here, the Braves aren't around, so I got to be a Yankees fan.
They did win the World Series last year.
They did. Yeah, no, that's my team, but the Yankees I kind of picked up since I've been here.
Got it. What position do you play?
I play O-line.
Do you play?
I'm a freshman, so I'll not yet, but hopefully we'll get there soon. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Say the yes, sir. So while I'd love for that guy to exist in real life, that guy doesn't. He does. There's other people who do it, but it's not Tanner.
Wait, so you're a freshman? That means you don't get to leave campus much at all, right?
Right. I'm so like there at the academy. There's like a redshirt year type thing. It's called like the prep school. It's on base. So I'm up in like 40 miles north of the city right now. So it's like a redshirt school. So I get to go through like the West Point academics, but like it's my redshirt year. So I get to leave a little bit more this year than I do next year, as like a true freshman. So I get a little bit more time off. So that was like me and my other guys who were like redshirting with me type thing. And then we just went down to the game for Saturday night, and then people started running up to me because I got posted on Barstool. I had no idea.
I mean, it was an unbelievable image. But again, once it all came through, once he said he was at Army, I was like, oh, well, this is not that guy. Like I said, those guys don't match up. And not good or bad, but I respect they're just different guys in Army. Those Army guys are not those guys. They're just not. They're different people. And I mean that respectfully. I like both groups. But I mean, Army guys, Navy guys, the people who go to the academies have their shit zipped up, super respectful. They're not doing that. They're not doing that look.
And didn't you reach out to be an athlete? Didn't you reach out before about that?
What did you say?
Didn't you reach out to be a Barstool athlete or something too?
I did, but I wanted to back in July whenever the NIL came out, but the service academies, we can't do NIL right now because of payment through the military. Which so I would love to like do stuff through NIL, but I can't.
Yeah, it's super complicated. There's
Right.
some antiquated, like federal law or something that we had a lot of people from the service academies reach out when we launched it, and then they all had to pull because it's a ridiculous, like, I don't want to say a blue law, but something that made no sense to me why they couldn't do it, but there was a reason they couldn't do it.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, it was a very funny look, but Academy guys don't fuck around. They're like the most buttoned up people we got, so.
Did like any of
Dave,
your
we got-
drills guys see it or anything? Like, was anyone giving you shit?
Oh, of course. Like when we got back here, so obviously I'm one of the younger guys on the team. We had meetings yesterday. I had to get up in front of there's about 30 offensive linemen. I had to get up in front of the whole meeting room. Some like 28 of the 30 guys had seen the video, obviously. I don't know how the 2 didn't, but I had to explain myself. And then like the upperclassmen were kind of, it was a mix between like laughing and like making fun of me. It was kind of funny. I thought it was funny.
So what happens? I'm not always familiar. Like, once you graduate, you go overseas?
No, sir, not necessarily. It depends on what you branch in. So you get stationed around in the United States, but you can go overseas, but you have to serve for 5 years in the military after you graduate. Now, that might not be full combat depending on what you branch, because some people, like the top of the class where you graduate, you can branch like something like finance, which is a desk job. You can go like infantry, which is more of like a more hands-on like combat thing if you want it to be. You really kind of pick and choose, but if you're at the bottom of the class, you don't really get an option.
When did you decide that you wanted to go to Army?
I chose Army in the early summer going into my senior year. I chose
Why?
here over. I just wanted to serve the country, and I wanted a good education, like a bunch of like-minded people around me.
So did anybody in your family, any history of service?
My grandfather on my dad's side served in the Army, but he didn't come. He didn't come to West Point or anything. And when I committed here, I actually got like a lot of people who were like, "Why would you want to go do that?" type thing. Because I had a couple other scholarship offers to go play an SEC or an ACC school, and I chose here over those schools. So, but I don't regret my decision. I think it's the best decision I ever made.
And am I mistaken that you have to get like a congressman like letter,
You do.
like
It-
recommendation and things like that, right? Like
It's-
I work under the impression that Army, Navy are like the 2 hardest schools to get into.
I mean, so when I was coming out of high school, when I committed here, so I knew I was coming here the whole time. I only applied here. I didn't apply anywhere else when I was coming out of high school. It took me 8 months to complete my entire application because I have to go get like a congressional nomination for my congressman back in Georgia. And then you have to do like police records, and you have to get caught up on like your immunization, say like your shots and stuff like that. So it's like a whole process. They have to make sure your eyesight's good, hearing, everything. You have to be like pretty physically like perfect to get in here.
Right. And like, don't you need like great grades too? Or am I?
Yeah, no, yeah, you do need good grades too.
Yeah.
Good ACTS, like standardized test scores too.
Yeah.
You
No,
have
I-
to, Dave. If someone cheats in your class, you have to tell on them.
Well, that's like, what is that movie? Brendan Fraser, School Ties. They all are cheating on the test and they blame on him. No, like I said, that is why the disconnect of what I saw on TV, because those 2 schools, I personally can't have more respect for anybody who goes there. It's a huge decision, like you said, serving the country. Those are not the Goomba Yankee fans generally. So, still a funny bit, but I knew we were dealing with somebody really smart, really respectful.
Yeah.
So
We got to get you guys up here for a game. I know that you are in Manhattan a lot.
yeah,
love
we
that.
go to the Army Navy game like almost
No,
every
I
year.
saw that you were at the game this year.
Yeah,
saw that.
I haven't been to a game. I would love that, to go to a game on campus. I've never done that.
No, if there's any way I could like somehow get some way of contacting, so I could contact you for the fall season coming up, we could get you up here for a game for sure.
Yeah, I think we can definitely do that. You already have we DM'd on Instagram, so you have it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'll get it. All right. Well, I appreciate the future service. It's a great choice, and we will. We'll try to. I'd love to go to a game on campus. Army Navy. I've said this a million times. Outside of Patriot Super Bowls is my favorite sporting event to go to. Just the pageantry and everything about it. It's just a very different game. So, yeah, we'll be in touch, and thanks for coming on.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.